Hi everyone, Bear from Bear Reads Books. Welcome back. It is time for a Booktube Prize reaction video. I'll put Robert's video down below announcing the winners or announcing who goes through to the next round. So the way the prize works, if you didn't already know, we started off with a whole bunch of books across multiple pools in both fiction and non-fiction. And they were called the Octofinals, and for those I read 6 books in a single pool. And in the quarterfinals, which are moving to as of today, there are still 6 books, but the total book list has been halved. So for each pool, all of the judges were asked to vote, and half of the books, the lowest 3 books ranking for each pool, were removed, and now we're left with half of the books across fiction and non-fiction. Now, in the Octofinals, I read a pool for fiction, and you've seen the videos about those, I hope. And in the quarterfinals, I'm going to be reading for non-fiction and some really interesting books there, and there'll be a separate video about that. But really, this is a reaction to Robert's video posted below. There are some wonderful videos. There are some wonderful books that completely missed out, that didn't get through. I think all of the likely candidates, so the big prize winners from other prizes like the Booker and things, all made it through. But it was really great to see some not solely literary fiction that made it through. Things like family dramas and fantasy novels and things like that made it through in the fiction prize, which was really great to see. I'm going to instantly give a big shout out to Trent Dalton, Boy Swallows Universe, an Australian book that did such wonderful things in 2019. It was, in Australia at least, the standout huge hit, and it is still on the bestseller list. And if you haven't read it, I need you to read this. This is a first-time Australian author called Trent Dalton, who used to write features for the newspaper and now writes novels. It is a smashingly good first book called Boy Swallows Universe that tells the story, kind of a true story of Trent Dalton's actual life, of being a young man in the suburbs of Brisbane, Australia, whose family is involved in the drug trade and the violence and problems that come with that. It is an amazing first novel. So that made it through, and so that's made it through to the quarterfinals, and I'm so happy that more people are going to be reading that because of that. Your Lucy Ellman made it through, Bernadine Evaristo made it through, Alif Shafak made it through, Deborah Levy did not, which is interesting. So Deborah Levy's new one did not make it through, but I urge you to watch Robert's video. He goes through all of the fiction and non-fiction. In the non-fiction lists, there was nothing particularly surprising, but what it does show very clearly is the stuff that people liked was largely American-based, and that's okay. I mean, that's the largest part of where books come from, so that's absolutely fine. But there was also a very wide range of genres and book types within the non-fiction list of things that got through as well. So things like, there were essays, there were biographies, there was history that got through. A few surprises that didn't get through on the non-history list was Anarchy by William Dalrymple. Didn't seem to get through. It's a big lump of a book, but it talks about the history of the East India Company, which has received great praise here in Australia, and I thought around the world as well. But it didn't make it through. But it was in a very, very strong pool with some other really big books. The book about the Indian experience, Wounded Knee, I can't remember the full title, that made it through, which was great to see. So I'm super happy. The reason why I don't have more to say in my reaction video is we've still got a massive lump of books to read. So while we've halved the total number of books left in the pool from moving to octofinals to quarterfinals, that's still a lot of books. So I've still got 6 on my non-fiction list to read, and it's really going to be the next stage, so in 2 months' time when we move to the semi-finals where the book pool is much less, then we're down to kind of the long list, the traditional long list territory where you've got 15 to 20 books on the list. That's where it's going to get super interesting to see what's in and out. At the moment, we're still looking at a really big bunch of books and still unsure of who should be moving through. In both pools, there was nothing hugely groundbreaking that was simply left out. In my pool, there was maybe one surprise, I thought, but I'm going to do a separate video about the rankings for my pool and about who got through to the quarterfinals from my pool, because there was maybe 1 or 2 surprises in that pool that I thought, oh, that should have got through. So hopefully everyone, please get on and read as much as you can in the Booktube Prize pool winners or the ones that got left out. Robert's video is great. If you go through Robert's videos, some of his videos include PDFs of the full lists. So if you're the type that needs a checklist, then print out Robert's PDFs of the full list and make a plan to read as many as you can. If non-fiction is something you don't usually read, jump into the non-fiction list, so whatever's left in the quarterfinals for non-fiction, and try that. Do something different. The Booktube Prize is a wonderful prize because it is open to everybody, and there's so many judges reading all the time, and it is completely transparent. You can have a look at Robert's videos and you can see exactly what's in and what's out and what people have voted for and what they haven't. So that's what I love about it. It's not a huge reveal to say here's the long list, here's the short list, here's the winner. At every step it is completely transparent, and that's what I love about this community and what I love about this prize. So please have a look at Robert's video, get in and read as many of these books as you possibly can. It's a thoroughly enjoyable list of books. Enjoy your day, everyone. Time to go, and I'll see you again soon.